Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're sitting here with our guest, Todd Bear of BPH Back Porch Homes. He's one of the co-founders of the Back Porch Homes, and you were speaking earlier about the tiny home business. You want to continue?
Sure, yeah. I was talking about tiny homes, accessory dwelling units, and all that good stuff. That was basically left off where we were talking about the change in regulation, how we were going down hoping that the tiny homes were going to become the thing, because you can fit a lot. We actually, in a little 240 square foot tiny home, we can fit a full kitchen, full bathroom, and, basically a studio kind of living room, bedroom. It's amazing, and most people that walk into it are like, wow, this is everything I need in one little space, So it's cool. It's very cool. And the only thing is that it's not as easy as we had hoped to actually get into a backyard as an accessory dwelling unit.
Right.
Where you can put it in your backyard like an RV, because that's what it is. It's classified as a trailer. But most of the time, you cannot actually live in a trailer because it's a car. There's actually rules that say you cannot live in a car for more than 3 days at a time. And this is what allows you to get people to move off the street. If there's, a car parked in the same place and somebody's living in it, an officer can come by and tell them to move on, and it's a 3-day window. That's how much time you got. So same thing goes for a tiny home on your lot, your property. They can still tell you the same thing, that you can't live in that thing for more than 3 days at a time. So you cannot get a permit in most cases for a tiny home in your backyard. There are some places where you can, LA City, San Diego City, San Luis Obispo, Fresno. There's a few other cities throughout California that allow it. And there might be more that come on, and we're going to continue building them. But for the time being, we're moving to a slightly larger tiny home, which is still smaller than most people's standards. We're going to be building a 540 square foot, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and 2 bedroom, 1 bath version of it as well, which will be a perfect little ADU for people to put in their backyard as a second home, which you can rent out, or you could put an aging parent or some other child of your own, adult child, something like that, in your backyard. So it's progressing, let's call it. We set out to do one thing, and we've had to pivot multiple times. But that's been our experience in real estate since the beginning. Pivot.
And the best part about that, ladies and gentlemen, is that I became privileged because I've been around them in their clubs, and we've done business together to where I practically invested into the business and whatnot. And that's been one of the best things about the relationship and going to a lot of these meetings, because you get hands-on meetings up front that the public don't get until down the road. The general population doesn't receive. And the point is the relationships you build. This is what following your dreams is all about. Being around like-minded people that are interested in doing the same things that you are, to where you're seeing them not giving up, to where you feel like I should give up. And the thing of it is that this is one of the best things you can do, is come to these meetings. You might not get it the first time around, but if you continue to come, you'll see the results from the content that you receive. No one's selling books, tapes, or videos. They're not doing boot camps. They just want your brain, not your money. And even though Stephen McKee and Todd Bear is no longer part of the Inley Empire, they still support it.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad you said that, because what a lot of people have in their lives are very close family and very close friends that believe in the system. And the system is, you go to school, you go to college, you get a job, you have 2.4 children, you work for that same company for 35 years, they give you a gold watch, you retire, then you die. That's pretty much the system, and that's how you do it. And there's a lot of people that have bought into that system, and it works for them, and that's great. But in every family, there's that outlier, that rebel, that misfit, that you just think there's something else out there. That was always me. I did not believe, and I did not subscribe to that system of life. I was like, that's not going to be me. I do not want to do that. So, it's good to be in a room full of people that are misfits. We all have that same mentality where we don't want that typical lifestyle. I don't want 2.3 children, and I don't care about the white picket fence and the retirement, the golden 30 or whatever the heck they call it. I don't care about that stuff. I like being around people that are like me, and that's people that are entrepreneurial and people that want to start their own life. And they don't mind being a pioneer. They don't mind being the one that takes all the arrows up front. I like these people because we're willing to try stuff. And we did it with the club. We tried different things. We brought in a band for like half a year.
Oh, yes.
We brought in a live band and tried to make it like the Tonight Show. I mean, because, nobody's telling us what to do. There's no book out there that says this is how you create a real estate investment club. Nobody told us what to do. We just kind of were like, let's try doing this thing, and some people liked the band. Some people hated it, just the same as we had cookies and then we switched them to brownies at one point and people hated the brownies. Some people hated the cookies. You can't win with everybody.
Exactly.
We just made it fun for us and it was
you
fun.
guys definitely put on the show.
Yeah.
You guys did put on the show. I remember the last time before everything got kind of a little crazy, you guys was talking about putting a money machine in there.
That would have been. I still want to do the money machine, by the way. The cash tornado. You get in there, you can catch $100 bill.
Exactly. I mean, you guys had a lot of creative things, and that's why you guys' club grew to over 5,500.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people would line up to come to see what was next. But you guys didn't not just put on a show, but you did give out some content to where, like you helped me. We created the spreadsheet. Mm-hmm. I was the muse behind the spreadsheet, so it was like because I didn't know how to present the content to you. Because every investor says, I know how you got your numbers, but everybody wants it differently.
Yeah.
And then when I was bringing, this is not what I want because I got access to the MLS. I can do this myself. So we created the spreadsheet and we gave it away for free.
Yep.
We didn't charge anybody for it. You want it. Hey, you got a Gmail account. Boom, there it is. They'll calculate everything for you. You guys gave a precedent on how you can be able. I remember the accelerator program.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember the CRGs and everything else that you guys did. So, I follow that, but I do use a part of me in it. So I don't make it just like yours. I put my own twist on it.
Yeah.
And my own twist is that everybody loves it. And the logo, I remember when I did the logo and your partner Steve got mad at me. That's not what I wanted. So we created the logo because Steve and I like controversy. So my logo is controversial, but it makes it unique to where people say, what's up with this club? Why is it like this? I want to go check it out, and everybody's not offended. At first, I thought people were offended by it, but nobody's offended by it. They love it because it stands out.
Yeah,
it makes it unique. So remember, keep coming, Don't stop. Just keep coming. You'll get what you need, and you might get it faster than that. So just keep coming. And the thing of it is, Todd, all the things that you guys have done thus far in this industry, do you regret any of it?
I don't regret anything. There's a lot of lessons we've learned, and sometimes those lessons resulted in, losses, and, that's part of the business. You take the good with the bad. Those losses can sting a bit and they can be painful, and, you make some enemies out of it, but, it comes with the business, and that's how you learn and that's how you grow. And it's, I regret some of these things because, my hindsight is 20/20. I can look back and see where the problems were and why these things happened. But, I don't necessarily regret them because it's what's made us better investors today. So at the end of the day, it might have been a little painful at the time, but it's part of the learning process. We've all had to go through it, and hopefully nobody else out there has the same experience we do. I can talk till I'm blue in the face about all the things you should do to run a successful enterprise, but things happen. It's, sometimes it's out of your hands. Sometimes, it was something you did that screwed it up. It just, like I said, we're not taking a page out of anybody's book. Nobody taught us how to do this stuff. We've had to kind of trial and error our way through this whole thing. And so, yeah, we're human. We make mistakes. So it's, I don't regret anything, but, there are things looking back that I know I would do differently now.
Of course. So from here on out, what's the future for BPH?
Yeah, back Porch Homes, we're growing, so we're moving to a bigger facility. Gonna start building these bigger homes, start filling the market need for more factory built housing, and start expanding to more states and more places, and big things to come. So stay tuned on that one.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about time for us to take another commercial break. We'll be back with more with Todd Baer. Thank you.